Hey fam, how's it going? Speed Duel Bro here, and first things first, I want to get this out of the way. I am so sorry for this setup. I am visiting my family for the holidays and I forgot to bring the Pharaoh with me, my playmat. So I'm sorry about that fam. Now that that's out of the way, in today's deck profile video we have Consumed by Darkness, aka Rainbow Dark Dragon. Let's go. For the skill card we have Consumed by Darkness, and then for monster lineup we have 1 Rainbow Dark Dragon, 3 Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, and 1 of each of all of the Crystal Beasts. And then for spells we have 1 Foolish Burial, 3 Crystal Release, and then on to traps we have 3 Crystal Conclave, 3 Crystal Raigeki, and 2 Rainbow Gravity. And then for the extra deck we've got 3 Rainbow Over Dragon. How to win / strategies. Now before we go over the game plan fam, I want us to review these 3 cards right here, starting with the skill card Consumed by Darkness. And if you notice at the back it says during your turn you can flip this card over and place it in your field spell zone. So let's flip it over. It reads, all Crystal Beast monsters on the field and in the graveyard become dark. If an ultimate crystal monster attacks, negate the effects of the attack target during that battle phase. During damage calculation, if a Crystal Beast monster you control battles and you would take damage, you can send 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard. You take no battle damage from that battle. Okay fam, so the main purpose of Consumed by Darkness is we are going to be sending Crystal Beasts from the deck to the graveyard. So we're going to be deck thinning. That's going to be the premise of this deck thinning. Next we have Crystal Release, an equipped spell card, and it reads, equip only to a Crystal Beast monster, it gains 800 attack. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So with Crystal Release fam, it makes any of our or most of our Crystal Beast monster a formidable attack threat. 800 is a pretty big boost, but again with its second effect here we can thin the deck out even more. And then we have Rainbow Gravity. It reads, if you have 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names on your field and or in your graveyard, special summon 1 ultimate crystal monster from your deck or graveyard, ignoring its summoning conditions. So as you can see fam, Rainbow Gravity I would say is the power card of the deck, meaning if we get everything set up and in place, Rainbow Gravity will now bring us to our boss monster, Rainbow Dark Dragon, and hopefully we'll be able to win the duel from there. Because remember fam, with Consumed by Darkness, when an ultimate Crystal Beast monster attacks, and if you didn't already know, Rainbow Dark Dragon is considered that, an ultimate crystal monster. Rainbow Dark Dragon will negate the effects of the attack target, so that could be very or extremely useful. And now that we've reviewed the cards that I wanted for us to review, let me show you how to win. Now fam, with Crystal Beasts, there are so many ways you can go about your Crystal Beast business, but this right here fam, what I'm about to show you is just a general way. So let's say this is the scenario. On our turn we summoned our Pegasus, got another Pegasus out from the deck and set down 2 back row, and then now it's the opponent's turn. They had just summoned a big old beater. I know that in this example here there's Rainbow Over Dragon, but just imagine that it's a big old beater above 2400 attack or 2k attack. So now the opponent wants to attack us. So make sure at the start of the battle phase or at attack declaration you activate Crystal Conclave. Okay, that right there is key, just so that you don't run into ruling situations of when you were supposed to activate or none of that nonsense. Okay? But anyway, so the opponent declares their attack, we activated Conclave. Now we are going to use the field spell card. So at that point we are going to send a Crystal Beast monster from the deck to our grave. Now if I were you fam, I would send the least optimal Crystal Beast cards. So in this scenario we're gonna send Cobalt Eagle. So now the field spell will resolve, we don't take any battle damage, and so Crystal Beast Pegasus here is going to get destroyed still, but with Crystal Conclave we are going to special summon another Crystal Beast from our deck. So let's just go with Topaz Tiger. As you can see, fam, we have just deck thinned twice in one turn. We got Cobalt Eagle and the Topaz Tiger already out in the field, so we are 2 steps closer to fulfilling Rainbow Gravity. So come our turn, fam, we can really take control of the duel. So let's say we use the second effect of Conclave. We're going to bounce Pegasus back, and we're going to bounce the Rainbow Dragon or a back row, whatever is appropriate at the time. So that goes away, and now we can normal summon the Pegasus and then deck thin for another Crystal Beast with a different name. So as you can see, fam, we are steadily thinning our deck out so that we can get to Rainbow Dark Dragon as soon as possible. But thanks to Crystal Release, I think we have game right here. Yeah, we do have game, fam. Doesn't matter who you want to equip Crystal Release to. But as you can see, at its core, this deck is a beat-down control deck, because when Topaz Tiger or Pegasus has Crystal Release on them, Topaz is a 2400, potentially a 2800 if it attacks an opponent's monster, and Pegasus is 2600 attack. That right there is very good offensive pressure. And in the first place, the Crystal Beasts, they are a very good control deck thanks to Conclave and Crystal Raigeki. So when you put 2 and 2 together, we have a winning formula here. And the Rainbow Dark Dragon aspect of it, it's really just icing on the cake, fam. But I think it's really cool though that we don't take any battle damage. So that right there is key, because we can be reckless if we wanted to. Meaning if we were daring enough, we could even attack into the opponent's monster just for the sake of us wanting to deck thin even more. Because the field spell is that whenever a Crystal Beast monster battles, so you know, anything that has to do with battling, go ahead and deck thin and don't take any damage. And then of course, if the opponent somehow got rid of our Crystal Release, then go ahead and deck thin some more, fam. And I just want to point out one more thing before we move on to card analysis. With Crystal Release, you know, we can even use this as a bluff. You know, we can set it face down and then the opponent might pop it and then we get to deck thin. So as you can see, there's some utility here with Crystal Release. Card analysis. The skill card Consumed by Darkness. I think this is a pretty good skill card for the Crystal Beast. I really do like how we can deck thin so that we don't have to draw into the least optimal Crystal Beasts. Because drawing into one of these, fam, it's not a good time. But all in all, I like how we don't take any battle damage. So it's just really good. Good support. And then we play the 1 Rainbow Dark Dragon, the boss monster of the deck, the icing on the cake. We only play 1 because it's a potentially dead card if we are not set up. And then we play the 3 Sapphire Pegasus, which is standard in all Crystal Beasts. It's the ace of the deck. It helps us deck thin, it helps us get to our pieces. And then we play 1 of each of the rest of the Crystal Beast monsters. Now I wish I could have played 3 Topaz Tiger, but deck space is extremely tight, fam, because I tried building a 30 card variant of this deck, but it was just too inconsistent, you know, even with the rare values or any of the other Crystal Beast support, because in a 30 card deck, you just don't see the right pieces soon enough. And what I mean by the right pieces, we want to see Pegasus, we want to see Conclave, and maybe even Crystal Release right away. So that's why I went with this 22 card variant, and that's why you see that there's only 1 of each of the rest of the Crystal Beasts. And then we play the 1 Foolish Burial because we're only allowed 1, and it's to help us deck thin, so that we can fulfill Rainbow Gravity sooner rather than later. And then we play the 3 Crystal Release. Not only does it potentially make all of our Crystal Beast monsters offensive threats, you know, most of the Crystal Beasts benefit from this. You know, even Cobalt Eagle becomes a 2100 or 2200 attacker because of Crystal Release. But the key thing here, fam, is that we get to deck thin even more should Crystal Release go from the field to the graveyard. And don't forget, fam, we can set Crystal Release down as a bluff. So if you notice that your opponent's trigger happy with popping back row, go ahead, set this Crystal Release as a bluff so that we can deck thin. And then we play the 3 Crystal Conclave and the 3 Crystal Raigeki. As you all know, fam, this is pretty much standard per Crystal Beast deck. And I'm actually really happy that the Crystal Beasts are good in speed duels because During my TCG days, I tried so hard to make Crystal Beasts work, and maybe now they work because I know that they got this new structure deck or whatever, but back then I tried so hard to make this deck work and it just wouldn't pan out for me. So it makes me really happy to see that in Speed Duels, Crystal Beasts are dominating, or they're pretty successful thanks to these two cards right here and the way the format is, the way Speed Duels is set up. And then we play the 2 Rainbow Gravity, the key to our boss monster. Now, I really like that with Rainbow Gravity, the Crystal Beast with different names just has to be on the field and or in your graveyard. So, as you can see, Rainbow Gravity is kind enough to give us that flexibility. Now, if they really wanted to make it perfect, let us special summon from the hand too. But, I get it, whatever. But the fact that we have that versatility in Rainbow Gravity, ignoring the summoning condition, I'll take it, It's a win for the Rainbow Dark Dragon and Rainbow Dragon. And then we play the 3 Rainbow Over Dragon. The way we bring this out, fam, is we tribute Rainbow Dark Dragon. So the fancy play is if we somehow get Rainbow Dark Dragon out through Rainbow Gravity, and we have the other Rainbow Gravity set, ready and waiting. So let's say we tributed the Rainbow Dark Dragon, bring out 1, activate the second Rainbow Gravity, bring out the Rainbow Dark Dragon again, tribute it away for another Rainbow Over Dragon. That's the fancy schmancy play of this deck. And now, fam, it's time for the moment of truth. Where does this deck rank on the power scale? In my humble opinion, this deck is casual. Now, the reason why I say this is casual, fam, is because I'm pretty sure all the duelists know this, that with Crystal Beasts, they have a lot of monsters here that are just not optimal. The sad thing about this, fam, is that outside from just being a different name and being sent to the deck to the graveyard, there's really no other purpose for them, especially with Carbuncle or Tortoise, or if we could have just relied on Topaz Tiger, Pegasus, and Amethyst Cat because it can attack directly, we would have been just fine, But as you can see, we have less than optimal cards in the deck, okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I don't want to overhype it, okay? And not only that, if we are going to win with Rainbow Dark Dragon, we need time to set up. And in Speed Duels, sometimes you just don't have that many turns to set up. But thankfully, with the Crystal Beast, fam, they are a very good control deck thanks to Pegasus, Conclave, and Crystal Raigeki. So that right there alone can help us win the duel. But regardless, even if this deck is what I consider to be casual, I still really enjoy having success with the Crystal Beast, especially when we can summon one of their boss monsters, the Rainbow Dark Dragon or Rainbow Dragon. And you can probably guess, fam, that I'll be working on the Rainbow Dragon variant soon. But my point is, this deck is still very fun to play, and just a reminder, fam, that as with my casual decks, don't expect too much from it, just have fun with it, okay? So there you go, fam, that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please feel free to hit the like button because it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already subscribed to me, your Speed Duel bro, you're more than welcome to subscribe because 2 things. 1, I always play to win, and I'll teach you how to win. And 2, if you love Speed Duels, I'm sure you'll love me too, your Speed Duel bro. Alright, fam, that's it for now. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas or a Happy Holiday, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.